Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This video I'm going to talk about what happened to Cryptoblades and my predictions for what will happen in the future. I'm also going to talk about what you can do while you wait for Cryptoblades and finding other games that also might be profitable. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I think these low caps are extremely risky investments and I'm not investing anything that I'm personally not willing to lose. So what exactly happened to Cryptoblades over the last week or so, and what are my predictions for what will happen in the future? So we had a lot of new updates that came out over the last week or two in Cryptoblades. We had the XP events, we had the new PvP shield, we had the other shield that came out, we had the forging events, everything. So something really big that happened that wasn't that widely publicized and it wasn't given the emphasis that it should have was the huge attack on the forged weapons update. So someone managed to create their own contract, which they managed to do it so their contract went off just before their forge went through, and it allowed them to view all of the weapons that they could create and cancel their order if there were no 5-star weapons before it went through. And so they were able to make a huge amount of 4 to 5-star weapons and basically flood the market with these weapons. Luckily, the attacker was tracked and their wallets were blacklisted, and all of those weapons that they did forge were taken off the market, and all of the wallets that they had created through the method were also banned. But you might have noticed if you were trading on the marketplace, especially buying 4 or 5-star weapons, that basically none of them were able to be purchased because almost all of them that were listed, especially the ones in the first couple of pages, like first 4 or 5 pages, they were all listed by the same person and they were all banned from this wallet. But like I said just before, like this problem, it wasn't talked about that much in the community. I barely saw it mentioned like a couple of times. However, it was public information that this had happened, although the team had been, running around putting out fires that this guy had created for almost, it was almost like a week and a half that they were working on this problem. And on top of that, the team was already in putting out fires, like they were putting out so many fires even before this happened. As you saw in the latest announcement by Croge, he basically talked about the development team has been trying to catch up with all of the problems that having tons of users into the game, and they've been doing the best they can to try and launch more skill syncs so that they can have people play the game and earn money playing the game. But right now there's just not enough skill going into the game and too much going out. And so really the only thing they could do was let the prize pool, the rewards pool of skill run out so that people couldn't earn anymore. And I think this is actually going to last for about 2 weeks or so, maybe even more, while the team finishes putting out all of the fires and getting on top of all of the skill syncs that they want to put into the game. And when those things are into the game, that's when I think you'll be able to start earning skill again at a similar rate. So I think this happening is fine. I'm not mad at it happening at all. I think the team is learning as they go. We have to keep in mind that they're on the forefront of new technology. There's them, there's Axie, and that's pretty much it at the moment. Ideally, this wouldn't have happened, but I think it's inevitable given how many people entered the game at the same time. They just had to build more skill syncs, and that required more development and more bugs to be fixed. Whenever you create something, there's just more and more things that more complexity, and it was bound to fall over at some point. But again, I think it's fine. I think halting the skill rewards for now is fine. They have all of these updates that they're ready to come out in the future. You've got kingdoms, you've got PvP, everything, and so I'm excited to see what happens. I'm going to go into my predictions next, but before I do that, if you find this insight kind of interesting, then hit that subscribe button. As you can see in the Discord, I am on the round table, which means that I have contribute to the development of the game, and so I get these insights into what the developers are talking about, and I can share some of them with you. So my prediction for what's going to happen, I think that for the next few weeks, we won't be able to earn skill while the developers finish putting out all of the fires and fixing all the bugs and adding the skill syncs as well as testing them. I think they're going to learn from this experience and make sure that things are more ready. I don't expect there to be no problems, but I just think that they're not going to want to deal with this many fires at once again because, it was a horrible experience for the developers. I personally don't think this is a bad sign for the project. Like, we could have had a situation where the whole thing just came crumbling down and Cryptoblades just vanished, you know, it could have just all gone away. But I think them stopping the skill rewards was fine, and it's going to stabilize it for the time being. You can see even the price is stabilized. If we go back up a little bit, price is stabilized on around, you know, $40, and it's probably going to go down a bit more during the next 2 weeks, but that's completely fine. I'm excited for all of the new changes that are going to be released soon, which is Kingdoms PvP and things like that, and adding all of these different skill syncs to the game is just going to make things better. It's going to make it more fresh. It's going to give people more things to do. And I think there's just so many problems in the game at the moment, so much clunkiness. It's really hard for new people to get in because they're kind of like, what are they even experiencing? They can't really buy weapons. You know, they can't fight at the moment. They can't earn anything. So there's really no point to playing the game. And so I really think you know, we need some time to rest, fix all these things, and then it's going to help people, you know, do another big push. It's going to help the Cryptoblades development team to do another huge push out to more people. And on that second push, I think there's only really good things that could happen as long as they've fixed all the bugs and stuff. There were a few people that were pretty mad at there being nothing to earn, but nowhere in the game do they promise you earnings every week. That's what they're trying to do, and they're working towards doing, and I think we should be grateful for that. But we have to keep in mind that games are incredibly complex to make, and really we should just be thankful that the team at Cryptoblades is putting their hearts and soul into making this game. You want them to make a good game, they want to make a good game for you, and I really think the reason that so many people were upset is a good thing. It's because they can see a lot of potential in the game to be fun and to make them money, and it's not meeting that expectation right now. So what do we do while we wait for Cryptoblades? Again, I reckon it'll be 2 weeks, could be longer, could be shorter, but I think this is a perfect opportunity to, if you made some money in Cryptoblades, or you want to find new projects that are similar to Cryptoblades, to start looking for these projects. Now, I've mentioned Seedify before on this channel, and if you follow them, especially on Telegram, then you'll have noticed that they've been promoting and helping launch game after game after game. And so I just wanted to mention two of my favorite projects that I think are worth looking into at the moment. And I would highly recommend you go and check out their Telegram and Twitter and things like that. And you can find it by going to CoinMarketCap and going to the community tab here, and then you'll be able to find all the links. I'll put all this in the description below for you to find as well. But those that haven't seen Seedify before, it's a launchpad for gaming projects. And so they helped launch Cryptoblades, and they help to launch other gaming projects. And the way that it works is if you hold a certain amount of S-Fund token, you get an allocation of tokens when new projects launch. So as an example, if we go into this announcement of their latest IDO announcement, and we go down a bit, you'll see that all the way down the bottom, you'll see the IDO information, and you'll see that Seedify has an allocation from this company that's launching, and they'll have $280,000 worth of tokens, which I think is around like 40 million or something like that, I can't remember. But this allocation is distributed to people that hold S-Fund. So if you hold 250 S-Fund, that's the lowest amount you need to hold to get a allocation. The next highest is 1,000 S-Fund, and it goes up and up. And the more S-Fund you hold, the higher the allocation of tokens you get. All the information you need to know about S-Fund is in this Cryptoblades secret video. You'll be able to find it there. So again, the two projects that I wanted to talk about and I thought were, quite good is this one called Warriors of Aradena, and the other one is Snook. Keep in mind that these projects are incredibly early and risky, like Cryptoblades was before it was promoted. But I think there's a lot of profit to be made if these things take off and go crazy. But just like I said before at the start of the video, I'm only going to be investing money that I am willing to lose, and I think you should do the same. So for Warriors of Aradena, you purchase NFT characters like these, like you would in Cryptoblades, but unlike Cryptoblades, these characters all have unique designs. There's no two characters that are the same, and they're kind of like this stage, these are the first ever characters that have been minted for this project, and people have been saying that these characters are kind of like the Genesis characters that Axie Infinity have. They're the characters that you start off with and then you use them to breed. But if you know a lot about Axie, then please educate me and others in the comments, because I haven't played Axie yet. So this project is on the Ethereum network, and when it launched, you can see that on their Discord, the starting price was 0.045 Ethereum, and they ended up selling out in about 13 minutes. I was there and it was absolutely crazy. The gas prices were about $500 at the time. It was nuts. However, if we go over to their OpenSea, you can see that the starting price for these characters is still pretty close to the initial price at launch. You can buy a character point for 0.055 ETH, so this is probably even lower. You know, if people were paying $500 for gas fees, this is way lower than what some people would have paid per character. And similar to Cryptoblades, you'll be able to battle these and have other utility with them, but it's a bit more strategic than what Cryptoblades has planned. If you head over to their website and scroll down a bit, you'll be able to find their plans for the PvP and Arena. They've got this kind of white paper for this, and I'll put the links to both of these down in the description below. But yeah, from reading this, you'll be able to see it's a little bit more strategic than Cryptoblades, and you'll just have to look through it to get a better idea of what it's going to be like. But yeah, I'd recommend going to the Discord. Link is in the description below. And if you enjoy this game, then let me know by subscribing, leaving a like and comment. And if you do think this would be a good game that you'd like to follow, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll get in contact with the developers and see if I can get an insider perspective for you guys for this game as well. There is something to keep in mind though if you are thinking about buying one, and that is that every character has different rarities. And the way to check this is if you go to this site called niftyriver.io, and I'll put the link to the Warriors of Aradena list specifically, but you can see that each of these characters, they have a rarity score, and each of this rarity score is contributed by both different stats and different things that the characters are wearing. And so these characters that you find at the cheapest price, if we look this guy up, Warrior 4146, and search him in here, you'll see that they've got a rarity of 2000. So that's actually not too bad for the price, because if you see here, you can see overall the rank is out of 8,000, it's 3,041, and this is the cheapest out of all of them. And really, I think that you want to be looking for either, if you're not super rich, you want to be looking for either high stats or really rare equipment. And so this one, it looks like maybe their magic's quite good, but really we don't know how this is going to contribute too much to how the character's going to be able to fight and things like that just yet. But I would personally think, at least, or I hope that having high stats or having a rare attribute are going to contribute to having a character that's worth breeding in the future. And so those are the things that I'd look for. And if we just have a look real quick at some of these other ones to see their rarity, you can see that character 6480, the next one we could have looked at, has a rarity score of only 50 compared to the last one, which had a rarity score of about 2000. And that means it's rank almost 8,000, right? So this one's absolute garbage compared to the other one. However, because the game's so early, this only launched like 2 or 3 days ago. Because the game's so early, people just don't know what the prices are worth. They don't know what stats are. They're not, they don't know what rarities are at the moment. And so you've got people buying and selling, not knowing any of this stuff. And so there's definitely a good opportunity to do your research on this game and then buy things that you think are going to be valuable in the future. Again, all of these prices could go down and crash, who knows? But I think there are some good indications for this project. In particular, it selling out in 13 minutes was a good indication. The graphics look great, the launch was great. And something else that I think is quite a good indicator is that both JRNY Crypto, this guy's the biggest crypto influencer on YouTube at the moment. maybe second to Sheldon Cooper. But if you take a look at this guy's portfolio, he's actually got tons of them. You know, he's got like, what, 20 plus different warriors of different types. Maybe, actually, maybe that's more like 40. So that's probably a good sign that he believes in the project if he's bought like 40 of them. And then we also have another big influencer, ZSS Becker, who is Alex Becker on YouTube, who's also purchased a warrior as well. If you check out these guys' Twitters, you know, both of these guys, JRNY's got, you know, almost 350,000 followers, and ZSS Becker has got, you know, 141,000 followers. So although they're not promoting it right now directly, like, I think if the project goes well, there's a high chance that they at least talk about their investment, which will bring a lot of eyes to the project. But yeah, so if you wanted me to talk about this project more in the future and get in on the development team, then I'll try my best with that. Just let me know in the comments if that's something that you want. So the other game I wanted to talk about is Snook, or Snook. Not really sure what the name is exactly, but it's kind of like Slither.io if you played that game, where you're this little snake thing, and you go around and you try and you know, get other snakes. Let me see if I can get this guy. No. But I think this is a great idea because basically people already really love these games like Slither.io and Agar.io, and they're games that anyone can get into. Like, you know, your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, whoever. They can play this game and they don't need to be like hardcore gamers because the controls are so minimal. And so I think that combining this game with NFTs is going to be a really interesting idea. And I can totally see people that are already playing Slither and already playing Agar come over to this game because they'll actually be able to earn stuff over time. And I don't know, I feel like it has the chance to blow up and be quite big. So this project is launching soon, and as you can see on their Twitter, they're kicking off with a prize pool of $72,000 in USDC, and I think anyone can play this I think it's on the 1st of September. So put that in your calendars if you think this will be interesting. You can see the gameplay here. You can, you know, it's basically Slither.io, so if you want to practice, head over to Slither.io and practice there. And you'll be able to earn NFTs by playing the game. I won't say too much more about it because honestly I don't know that much more about it, and I think we'll find out more upon release. But they're also launching a token called Skill. Not sure if that's going to have anything to do with Cryptoblades or not, just because they've got the same ticker, but remember this is on the Ethereum network instead. But I guess we'll find out. But that's all I'll talk about for today, otherwise I'll make the video way too long. If you're interested in this game as well, then leave a comment below as to why, and if you want me to see if I can get on the development team for this one as well, then just let me know. I'd love to give you guys extra insights. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this kind of content, and all of the links below to everything, literally everything, I'll put in below so you can just click on the stuff and find it really easily. So yeah, do me a favor, hit that sub, hit that like button, comment below, and I'll see you guys next time.